be done for the minimum of 20 minutes on the scene, and if the patient's not gonna get, if you're not gonna get any activity within that 20-minute period, then you're probably not going to at all. So they would rather that see the resuscitation be effective in the 20-minute period rather than it not being effective because the CPR stopped a number of times throughout the transport.
So this continues the CPR all the way
This
to
device
the
here
transport.
this device here gets clamped on, goes on the chest, the arms get attached to it, and it pumps. No matter what you're doing, lifting them on the cot, down the steps, in the ambulance, it's continually doing CPR. It actually has improved resuscitation results up to 27% on patients on this machine versus manual CPR. You'd be amazed if you really went on an incident and watched how many times CPR stopped because you're trying to do things.
The other thing, only one person can do CPR for 20 minutes.
Exactly, and the other,
Keep switching.
and the other safety issue to this is we don't have medics standing up in the back of the ambulance going 50, 60 mile an hour down the road doing CPR. They can be seat belted in, bagging, doing the IV in the other chair, and this thing's doing all the pumping nonstop.
So you would not have to then wait the 20 minutes.
Right,
You could
yeah,
strap
you
them
can
up.
go.
Right, right.
Chief,
So
what's the total number, 44 or what?
it's 44, 6, 44, 20.
64420? Okay.
And that's for 3 of them.
Yeah, I make a motion, we approve the expenditure of $44,644.20 for the 3 CPR mechanical units that, what do we call them?
They're called Lucas chest compression.
Lucas chest compression machines. And we could use TIF on this, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion, do we have a second?
Have a second?
Second, further discussion?
Thank you very much.
Mr. Miller?
There was a question.
Mr. Weedman.
Aye.
Mr. Connor.
Aye.
Mr. LaBarber.
Aye.
So we're gonna change the vote, but what's the question?
Mr. Wiedemann had a question with regard to TIF. No one could answer that. Is Mr. Porter available for consultation?
Yeah, no, it's a TIF eligible item.
It is, okay,
Yes.
all right.
Yeah, I think he mentioned there was a TIF
Yeah.
eligible, it's
Okay.
got a 10-year life,
Mhm.
so it's TIF eligible.
The only other thing is that we are currently at 4,240 something runs. By the time we hit first of the year, we'll be over 4,300 runs, which is the highest that we've ever had in this department.
Is that EMS on them?
No fire.
That's EMS and fire?
Every time we made, we've had like 4 or 5 years just since we've been sitting here. So that's all I got. Thank you very much.
Questions? Okay, item 12, resolution, do you have it or just?
Mr. Miller has it.
Okay.
This is your Norton, resolution, I believe, on the bill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we've been negotiating this almost all year. Finally came to a resolution on this, and our final issue, and what we were having a problem with is, the original lease only required them to remove the sign when it was time to go down to ground level. There may not be any reason to go any lower than that, because if you're putting in a road or whatever, that would actually make a nice base, but depending on how you use the property. We did negotiate it so if we request or if construction requires it, they would excavate it down to 4 feet, figuring it wouldn't need, if it's more than that, whoever is doing the work is gonna have the equipment on site to take it out anyway, as far as it would need to go. So that's what we negotiated. I also do have a check here for $11,000 to enter into this, because our agreement when we started negotiating this was to move it to $2,000 a month. This makes the township whole through the end of the year, that $11,000. So I have a resolution.
Excuse me, and it's month to month, correct?
It is month to month. They have 30 days notice to take it down.
Motion?
So, wait a minute, I have to read it, Joe. I have a resolution authorizing a rental of a portion of the property located at 7781 Montgomery Road in Sycamore Township and dispensing with the second reading.
Motion.
Second.
Discussion? Mr. Miller?
Mr. Connor,
Aye.
Mr. LaBarbera,
Aye.
and Mr. Weedman.
Parks and Recreation update, Mr. McEwen.
Yeah, Lumen area was down just a little bit because of the cold, even though the attendance was, off for last year, it was still very well attended. Thank you to everybody. I think it was a house on Traymore, one, Tracy, one right across the street from Beckpole Park on Plainfield Road, was one, and the third one doesn't come to mind. But,
I'd like to thank, in regards to that, thank Tracy's team, your team, and, police department, fire department. That was a wonderful, wonderful event. Plenty of cookies, hot chocolate, cold, very cold. Wish we could have heaters over the whole pavilion there. But very, very nice, very nice. It was great. The kids loved it. It was a great show. Thank you for a great job.
that was a, well participated to with Bethel Baptist Church and, the New Life Missionary Church across the street on Sycamore Road. Just very, very well done. IGA, of course, played a major part in that. Without stealing any thunder from Tracy, I don't know if you've noticed, but Shelter 2 is well on its way to construction over at Beckpole Park. It's worth a drive by just to see those guys are really moving fast on it. And the latest thing, the fields, we're getting all kinds of requests for fields. We're gonna be reconditioning them before the spring. If you know somebody that's looking for a field, you might ask them to get another community. Because we're getting a whole lot of requests. So anyway, that's it.
Mike, I just add that you guys did a great job, Tracy's group did a great job, bringing all that together, the live major scene you have from Bethel Baptist, the church participation in the singing and the IGA was really, it's always a great event, so, great job.
First one on this, sorry about that. Maintenance Department update?
It's touching on the park shelter that Mike mentioned, it is well underway. I've asked them to prepare a change order for us for time. Obviously, they are already out of time because the delivery of the shelter from the manufacturer took so long. We just got it Monday after Luminaria, when it was supposed to be here in October. So, at no fault to the contractor, given them a 50-day time extension from the time that it was delivered, but they're expecting to have that done in 3 weeks, and they're well on their way. So as long as the weather holds up and they can set stone and pour concrete, it will be done very soon. So besides that, we have the pre-con for the fiber project with the county and Capital Electric. Their schedule is to start in April after the weather gets a little better, so that's, we're well on our way there.
One question, you're talking about we got the grant money, Barrett paving, is that it, lowest bid?
No, it's not.
Okay, never mind, excuse me.
That's a federal grant that we.
I'll be getting to that.
Further down the list.
So, finally, we finished with chipping. That was a big job by our crew, and today is the last day of leaf pickup, thank goodness. So, we can.
Yeah, but
move
Tracy, you
on
didn't run all
to
the
other
neighborhoods.
things.
You run all the neighborhoods.
We've run all.
No,
the
they had their
neighborhoods.
leaves out on Sunday.
Mr. Bickford, stop making promises.
I think another week would be good.
I do too. There's more brush out there.
So, we also had 2 maintenance employees today, who have not been through it, going through, Duke safety classes. They do 2 phases of that, electric safety and gas safety, and 2 of our new employees have not been through that, so they're in that today. And then, last is coming to the Sycamore Road bid, which is what, Barrett has. You know, we've been working on this for over 4 years. We bid the Sycamore Road job on December 13th, 10 a.m. We opened bids. Our engineer estimate was $7,692,347.16. We had 7 companies, all great companies that we have worked with in the past, and Barrett came in lowest at $5,998,293.71, which is a little over 22% under engineer's estimate. Now, that does include 1.238 million in waterworks that waterworks will pay for. The way that works is they'll give us a check for 85% up front to do the work, and then at the end they'll pay for the rest of it. So our part is $4,759,808.11. If you remember correctly, we have I believe it's a CMAQ grant that we got that has federal funding in it that pays for 79% of that, which leaves us with 21%. And then we also went for a SCIP grant for 50% of our 11. So that brings us down, or
50 of our 21.
Of our 21, yes. So that brings us down to 10.5%. So we're looking at about 500,000 of our own dollars for a $6 million project. So Mr. Miller has a resolution for this.
That number you read off is not what you need.
Which number?
5,964,644.
71.
You had
That's
$4
minus the waterworks.
No, that you are absolutely are correct. But that was the submitted price. I'm sorry, they had an error in their math when we went through it.
Okay,
That was to our benefit.
so I had the
So it
correct
was
number.
5,964,64471.
Okay. I have a resolution approving and authorizing a contract to reconstruct the county road for the Sycamore Road Improvement Project and dispensing with a second motion.
Second?
Discussion?
Mr. LaBarbera,
Aye.
Mr. Connor,
Aye.
Mr. Weedman.
Trace, is that all?
Thank you,
all
that
yours?
is all, unless anybody has any questions.
Okay, item 16, another resolution, amending rate of pay for a newly promoted employee.
Yes, has Mr. Cooper been promoted yet?
The 30th they'll start.
Have they voted on that?
Yes, they have.
Yeah, they
The board
voted.
has at the
Yes.
last meeting.
All right, I just wanted to make sure that was done before this. I have a resolution amending the rate of pay for a newly promoted township employee.
Motion?
Second.
Discussion? Well deserved.
Thank you, sir.
Vote, please.
Mr. Connor,
Aye.
Mr. LaBarbera,
Aye.
Mr. Weedman. Aye.
He'll start, December 30th to change the payroll, so he'll switch over to the 40-hour week and the assistant chief's position at that point.
Good, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Upcoming public meetings, Greg?
The only one we have for your consideration. The next one is gonna be on January 17th, it's the Bank of America property, which is the Staggy property, the corner of Kendall and Montgomery. Bank of America is proposing to raise the site and build a retail bank branch with no drive-through, and then some office space for Merrill Lynch on the second floor. We'll be seeing that.
Has zoning already?
The zoning commission has approved it, subject to conditions.
Do we have any issues? I know there was a right-of-way issue.
That has been solved, it's been taken care of, because if you take right away on that property,
It's
you
gone.
better get your checkbook out, because you're buying it.
So we're gonna see that on the 17th?
17th is your public hearing. I believe it's been set for 6:30. You'll see drawings and whatnot. I think Harry will present that at the next workshop.
Purchase orders number 2,500.
Not gonna believe this, I don't have any.
Motion to approve that.
What?
We're gonna say,
Let me get one real quick. I can get one quick.
Yeah, I know you can.
I bet you could.
Checkbook is closed, folks. I'm not buying anything else.
Thank you.
Schedule is on the printed document. I would question, the January 7th trustee meeting is not a date change, I don't believe. That's a regular meeting.
No, that, remember we.
Yes, it is a date change because you're only on the first Thursday, so it's a date change.
Oh,
to
for
the
the
third
okay.
Thursday.
Got it.
To the
Yeah,
third.
that's
To the
accurate.
third. Got it. Okay. All right.
Greg, use of the public hearing on the 17th is at 6:30?
We have not set the time exactly yet, but that's what I'm thinking, why?
I just want to put it in my
Yeah.
calendar. so-
I mean, I think we'll probably sit here, what do you think?
Yeah,
You didn't
I
have,
mean, it's not that controversial,
Yeah, you're not
but
gonna-
it's definitely got a lot of variances that they're gonna require.
Okay, but, so we can do that in a half hour.
I will go as fast as I can, so.
Real quick.
Better make it sit.
Better make it 5:30.
Oh, thank you.
Question on the schedule?
Yes.
I don't see a meeting that was supposed to be an open house with regards to the Fields-Erdel corridor intersections. I spoke to Tracy, he referred me to Tim Gilday at the Hamilton County Engineer's Office. Mr. Gilday said that there would be a meeting in January. I do not see it on the schedule. Does no one here know about that meeting?
I have not heard from Tim
We
about
haven't
it.
notified yet.
I talked to Todd Gadberry last week and he said they were gonna put one together, but I don't think they have a date yet.
Okay.
What is it, Fields Erdel?
Fields are calling
Yeah,
we have two, the county is going through two engineering process right now for Conway and Fields Erdel.
Well, let me know what it is.
What's that?
Let
You
me
know?
know what it is, I'd like to know.
I'd also like to bring up a financing issue with those intersections. I've already spoken to Sharonville's road guy, Joe, can't remember his last name, I'm sure you guys know him. As I understand it, Sycamore Township, Sharonville, and Hamilton County are covering the expenses for these projects. And as I understand it, Butler County has not been brought into the fold. And I urge you, on behalf of your constituents, to ensure that they are brought into the fold and paying their fair share, so that we're not flipping the bill for them.
Sharonville is in it.
I understand that.
Well,
but-
Butler County's not gonna do it because it's inside the city limits, so it's not a Butler County intersection.
Well, their residents are the ones that come down and cause the problem in the morning.
Well, they may be, but the road is not their responsibility, it's Sharonville's.
They don't have any jurisdiction over it. If it's in the city limits, the city has jurisdiction. And that's unlike a township. We still distinguish state,
What
county,
about,
and
what about
city roads.
Butler Warren Road?
That is a county, that's a Butler County road.
I was told Butler Warren was gonna be part of the project now in
I don't
Fields
know
Erdel.
what it is. Probably the
Butler Warren
intersection,
is
maybe.
part of it, we are not involved in that one.
So they're not all together. They're piecemeal.
Well, none of them are together, they're all by different engineering firms. So I don't, that's up to the county, I doubt if they'll be bid together either, since they're all engineered separately. They didn't pick the same engineering firm to do any of them.
Okay, so alleviate my ignorance. Why is Hamilton County involved in the Fields Erdel Conray intersection?
Because Fields Erdel is a county road.
On the south side, on the north side,
On the south side, it's a county road,
north side Sharonville?
yes.
Okay, thank you.
No other agenda items, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hello,
10:52.
Merry Christmas.